Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host and Light Excited Eddie. I am doing a solo episode. Bossman himself had a busy day, so he wasn't able to record with me. And of course, a lot of other people had things to do. So I am doing a solo episode with some great topics for you guys. I do have some things to talk about. First of all, I won't be available, so I won't be on the show in the next 2 weeks. The next two recordings, one of them I will be at PAX West. The other one will be a work event. Actually, I'll be working. I shouldn't say work event that I'm going to be at unless me and Corey figure out something. Pow Block might be late. It might be early. We don't know. We're going to talk about it and figure it out for this coming week and everything. If I'm able to hop on Pow Block for both of them, you guys will see me. Definitely I'll be recording from PAX West for one of them. Hopefully I'll give you guys an update on how it is going. I am going to be trying to go to the Nintendo booth on Friday for our media hour to see what they have at this time. I don't know what games is going to be there, but hopefully I could get my hands on like Metro Prime or Silk Song, whatever new that they have there. They'll probably have Drag and Drop. They'll probably have Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart World Tour. Mario Kart World, I should say. Keep saying World Tour, and don't know if they're gonna have any new games, but I'm gonna do my best on trying to be at the booth and play whatever they have. Hopefully, some new stuff. So I'm super excited by that. At this time, I got a lot of interviews at PAX West. I'm still waiting for more to come in so I could try to fill my schedule. Hopefully I'll be able to also check out some games that is not, planned or anything and get an interview with those creators and talk about their game. Try to, like get some interviews also with them so you guys could read them and get the word out about their game and just have like very interesting conversations. I do know that AA is gonna be there, so me and Cordy, she's gonna be coming with us. We're gonna try to link up, and hopefully we get to speak to Colin. If you guys want to know more about that, go to bossrush.net and read my article with Colin about royalty free for all. They're going to be having their Kickstarter soon. Actually, by the time you guys see this, their Kickstarter will be live for 3 new characters. So check out their work, royalty for all. You can check out the trailer. They were just at Evo this past few weeks, and so they're in the IGN video showing off their game. So if you guys want to check that out and look at it, please do. If you do want to support them, just type in AAAA Games, or you can check out Royalty Free for All. They are also on X, and I believe they're also on Blue Sky. So if you guys want to follow them, they do have a Discord. All the information should be in the article. So super happy about them being at PAX West. I'm definitely going to show them the article, and I'm definitely going to be trying to link up with them. So I am super excited about that. I am. There's some things going on at PAX West, everybody, that I can't reveal just yet. But definitely, I'm super excited to be able to talk to a lot of people. There's some new developers that I'm talking to. Hopefully some of the people that I got to see last year is here again at PAX West, and I get to talk to them again because I didn't have the right media to record our conversations. But now that I got my a recorder, and I'm bringing my camera also for pictures, so I'm gonna try to have better quality for my articles and stuff. That I get another chance to record with them, get their audio, and get everything transcribed and written so you guys can see it. Definitely going to be trying to promote Boss Rush at PAX West those days. So hopefully you guys check out those videos on Twitter. Those that follow me at that retro code. And I want to make sure that I try the tag Boss Rush in Nintendo Pow Block. And hopefully you guys can enjoy. If I meet special guests or we have good conversations, hopefully they'll let me record them. And just record them because I'm like, I feel like that's going to be a special moment. And I kind of last year a lot of us was in the media room and we had a really good discussion kind of like about Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil, horror games, and it was such a great conversation with different content creators, a lot of people that I knew, a lot of our friends, and it was just so interesting to have this conversation and like really enjoyed it. And I'm just like, I really wish I could record this and just let you guys hear it. It was such an amazing discussion. So I'm definitely going to be trying to have that. Me and Cordy's gonna be doing some things, probably some TikToks and stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try to be having fun, be presentable, and just literally, get people's attention, like help people recognize who Boss Rush is if they want to check us out. They want to come on our shows or podcasts to promote or just have great discussions about video games. I'm really going to be trying to do a lot to get our name out there. There's probably people who know us, but I'm going to be, I hope us as a team be able to get the word out on who we are, what we do, and that they could follow us and check out our content and show how much we love about games, media, entertainment, film, TV, music, the culture of the arts pretty much. So that is my plan. With that, everybody, we're gonna get into this housekeeping. Like I said, I have a great show for you guys. um this is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. We record each and every episode live on Twitch, YouTube, and X/Twitter every Saturday night. So come hang out, be a part of the conversation in the live chat, and give us a follow while you're there. If you'd like to support Boss Rush, you can check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you could gain early and exclusive access to content like the Nintendo Power Block 1-Up Patreon show and Expansion Pass, become a Patreon producer, and more. As always, if you can't support us financially or join us live, your listenership and viewership is enough for us. Subscribe to Boss Rush on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review or a comment. It will help with discoverability and growth. New episodes post every Monday morning on podcast apps, YouTube, and our website on bossrush.net, where you can also find our daily banters, reviews, listicles, and more. And everybody, I do have a new article out. I got to talk to Jeremy Nelson about his game, Akiwan Survival. Also, Stephanie has a spotlight with him. And so it just it actually worked out that she was able to get her spotlight out, and I was able to add it to my interview. So if you guys want to go see that and read it, everything is right there. Akawan Survival, it was a game that I got to see at this year's PAX East for the Ontario, Canada event that they were doing. And he was the person that I got to interview and just had a really, really great interview, and his love for camping and everything. And the game looks really gorgeous. He has information if you guys want to try a build of the game and be able to join them on the Discord and talk more about it. So truly check it out. His studio is Little Buffalo Studios, so check it out if you would like to. Yes. So with that, everybody, we're gonna get into Snacktendo. Now, everybody, I'll be right back. I got some snacks for you that you are going to love. Okay, so everybody, I got to go do a little bit of shopping today. For PAX West, I got some new shoes. I got a new bag to put my clothes in and everything. And it's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Pleasant Prairie, I should say. And they have an outlet mall, and everybody knows me. I go to the Adidas store when I go out there. And of course, they have the Pepperidge Farm store that does like some of the Campbell suits, some of the crackers, but they also do the cookies and other things like that. So of course I had to go in before I left the place, and they have some new cookies. Now I have not tried them or anything, so when I come back, I will report on them. But I got about like about 5 bags, I think 4 or 5 bags. The first one is strawberry. Sorry about that, everybody. Strawberry white chocolate. Let me bring it back. Um, these are the Milanos. They're strawberry. They're white chocolate. The next one I got uh is the soft baked Ojaya OJAI lemon sugar soft cookies. Next, I got the limited edition Milano London Fog. This is a taste of Earl Grey tea with vanilla. Sounds very interesting. And two more actually. Yes, about 5. I got some lemon white chocolate Milanos. I'm actually excited to try these. And just try the white chocolate in the Milanos in the first place. And last but not least, I got a limited edition Milano Caramel Cafe Art Latte or Art Lot. Um, don't know how this is gonna taste. It is made with premium white chocolate. They all have like 12 cookies in there, so I'm super excited to try these snacks. Every time most of the time that I go up to Pleasant Prairie, if I'm in the outlet mall, I'm just putting these cookies back in the bag. Um, I normally go check them out to see what kind of new snacks or what kind of new food that they have. They had some kind of pretzels or some kind of cracker things that I do want to check out. They were honey wheat and they sounded really delicious, but I didn't see them till I was leaving out the door. So sadly that happened. I had some Chipotle. I went out and got some garlic teriyaki chicken. Um, had some ramen, and everything. So, that's kind of what I eating. I've been drinking Pepsi. Right now I got a Pepsi Wild Cherry that I picked up from Target when picking up my Chipotle. I went to Target earlier. I had to get a mat for my floor and everything, and it feels so good on my feet. So very satisfying. I love new carpet feel. It just feels so good to like put your feet on it and just relax, whether you got your socks on and off and everything. So yes, everybody, that is me with Snack Tendo. I'm super excited to see what snacks I could get in Seattle. So yes, now it's time for Play with Power. So everybody, I've been playing Resident Evil 5. I am like a couple of chapters almost to the close to the end. Right now I'm like in this factory and I haven't got to fight a certain character because I don't want to spoil it yet. Just yet. I am waiting to get a little bit to that fight happens. Last time I played it, like I said, I played it with my friend on PS3. The fight seemed to take longer, so I want to see how it is when I play with the computer. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long to do. Hopefully it is easier to get through. So I'm super excited about that. So that's kind of just all that I've been playing. I know Mina the Hollower got an update, but haven't started trying to play that again yet. I am going to get back into Dougie Come Bonanza, because a lot of people are finishing up. Um, but I'm just into Resident Evil. I just want to play that, have some action and some fun and stuff, and kind of want to unlock all the weapons and get them all powered up, so I could just have fun and run through the game when I feel like it or anything. Treat it like almost like like Contra or something. So that's pretty much what I've been playing. I am going to get back to some of the other games because I'm really excited to play that. I found out that some people have been playing Octopath Traveler 2. Some people been playing Dragon Quest 3. So I'm super excited for the games that they are playing. Shout out to if you haven't checked our infamous infamous discussion, please check it out. Shout out to DJ Chris V. He's been playing Octopath Traveler 2, and once again, that soundtrack is so good. And I feel like that game got robbed that year for best RPG. Like, man, when I look back on Switch, two of the biggest RPGs for actually three of the RPGs for me was one of these card games from Square Enix. I don't have, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really good one. It was like this first card RPG game. Um, then of course Octopath Traveler 2. I love one. Trust me, I do love one. But two, man, the characters and the music was just super amazing. And of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh my goodness. I was talking to Corey, and you guys probably seen this do one of our expansion pass that you guys could get for $1 if you want to see that early in advance. But I kind of was talking to him about having a discussion about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Now, I need to get it back to Claire Obscure 33. I mean, I'm going to be getting back into that and playing it and trying to finish that game because a lot of people are playing it, especially when we get close to the bosses. I want to make sure that if the nominations for the games that we have, I played or experienced, and everything, because like right now it's like, man, Pipistrello and Curse Yo-Yo is like one of my Game of the Year nominations. Donkey Kong Bonanza is like one of my nominations, and I just uh I think Avowed came out this year and everything. I think that's, or that might have been last year. Let's see, Avowed for Xbox. And I know people are going to be playing the Gears of War uh, on PlayStation, and I kind of want to see how it is on. I kind of want to see. Oh no, Avowed this year. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, Avowed is one of my Game of the Year's nominations, and I think it's like the leading game for me for Xbox right now. But I want to finish Clear Obscure. Also, so like I do have an indie, I have a Nintendo game, I have an Xbox game. um I man I think Ghost of Yotai might be my PlayStation choice. But hopefully I get a PS5 so I can play it, because I have to play Ghost of Yotai. Ghost of Tsushima was just amazing in every aspect, every way. Definitely with the colors and how that game looked on PlayStation 4. And I believe people who played it on the PlayStation 5 for the first time were blown away on how beautiful that game is. So I'm super excited to play that. I know Hellblade 2 is getting a update. And that's going to be available on PlayStation 5. Also, I do want to play the update, and just have that discussion with Corey again about. I think that's one of the games that, like, when it comes to Xbox, and start bringing Xbox up, that we will not deny that it is probably one of the best games on the system. Um, just in everything. And Clear Obscure for Corey also is like on that same level, but there was just something about Hellblade 2 that just still resonates with me. When it comes to Switch 2, I hope so in the future. Um, but yeah, everybody, that's what I've been playing with Power. Definitely when I go to PAX West, there'll be some games for Switch that if I don't own, that I'll be able to pick up. Devolver Digital is going to be there, so hopefully I could pick something up there. I think Limited Run Games might be there selling games, so I'm definitely going to be trying to get some stuff there. I don't know if Marvelous is going to be there. Like some of the other third party stuff is going to be there, and they're going to have games to sell. I don't know if Playism is going to be there neither. I probably won't find anything until they release the map for PAX West. And if it is available, I need to check it out so I can start routing where I'm going to be at and checking things out. So I do, like I said, I probably didn't mention, I do have a interview with a particular publisher about a particular game that I cannot talk about. Hopefully I have a good discussion with them about it. I am going to be hopefully I'm waiting to get approved for Eden's Lost Veil of the Witch for Nintendo Switch. I'm trying to get a time. I requested a time and a date, but I'm just waiting to see if it gets approved so I could go to them, play the game, hopefully get a interview and be able to talk about it when I come back to Pow Block on here. So I ordered some new shirts also, everybody, for Boss Rusher. So super excited about that. Um, but yeah, everybody, that's what I've been playing with Power. I will have more to talk about when I come back. Super excited for that. So, right now we're gonna get into Femi News and got a lot of articles about this. So the first family news I'm gonna go with is Nintendo partners with ISEA for competitive events. Interstate Scholastic Esports Alliance and Nintendo of America are partnering up to make competitive gaming more social, accessible, and rewarding. Students in grades 4 to 12 will be able to use Smash Ultimate, Splatoon 3, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Switch and Switch OLED. They'll be able to play those games competitively. They're hoping to reach 80,000 players from elementary, middle school, and high school across 23 states. As part of this partnership, Nintendo will be supplying a large quantity of NSO memberships and download codes at no additional cost. So we know that Nintendo has kind of, they want to control their tournament stuff, or the way that people use their games for tournaments and stuff. There was a story in Japan that some events had to be canceled because they didn't have permission to use their games. But I think they're now trying to work with them to get the permission for next time and use it to play games and stuff and have these tournaments. The ISEA president, Daniel Johnson, has said, "We are so excited to partner with Nintendo as we continue to grow and expand competitive gaming opportunities for students across the country. Games are a fun commercial experience. We want to make gaming accessible to as many students as possible, regardless of their previous gaming experience. School-based gaming programs connect students that may have not been involved in social competitive activities before, and every student deserves a place to belong at school. These programs not only raise student attendance and achievement, but also help students build healthy relationships that can last a lifetime." For more information on ISEA and state esport organizations, you can visit their official website. So, yeah, I think they kind of just want to get more people into esports competitions. So, to be able to partner with Nintendo, that's really cool. And this is coming down sometime later on in the year. A lot of places school is starting, so there's not like an official date as of yet, but definitely with Smash being the big thing, definitely with Ultimate, I think a lot of kids or I should say students, of various kinds could come together and play that game and have fun. And then when they have their tournament and stuff, they can show off their skill and win different prizes. Maybe just a scholarship, or there may be a lot of stuff that's in there we don't know at this time. But they just announced that they had a partnership, and I think this is pretty cool. Because of course school is there for learning, but it's good to use games as a way to be more social. Of course, we think about the pandemic where our social lives kind of got, I won't say taken away, but they got restricted. So you pretty much was like in the house just talking to family. Or if you were talking to people, it was online. It was hard to talk to people face to face in public because of some rules and people taking precautions during the pandemic. But now that life seems to be getting somewhat normal, not fully normal, it's the social aspect of people might have that fear of being social because of catching COVID and stuff, or they have gotten used to being alone or just with another family member and not with their friends and stuff, and it's taking a while to get back into that space. I think definitely with Smash, people can have a fun time and laugh, learn combos, study them, help train other people, and be like, you know what, I'm gonna take that skill, I'm gonna learn this, I'm gonna time this, I'm gonna take it home, see if I can fight the computer or others and better myself. Especially with Splatoon 3, you want to learn the land of the environment of the area, so you have a better chance of painting and getting a higher percentage over your other teammates. Definitely, if you're going to be working together as a team, find another team, maybe across the world, or against other players and stuff that's like right away from you and everything. So there might be like private matches and stuff. It's a cool way to not worry about if you get hit and they stop you. You don't lose life or anything or points for that. You just lose the chance of playing in that area, and you'll just have to work hard to go back to that area. So it's a balance right there, and it's kind of a little bit more fair that is happening. And then with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the kids probably know a lot about Mario Kart. And people might be wondering why not switch to with Mario Kart World. I think because of Nintendo just rolling it out, they don't want to be able to handle a system that just came out 2 months ago. To like the public, they kind of, it's a business thing. They want to be able to sell more systems. And I was, like I said earlier, I was at Target, and I did kind of happen to walk past the electronics section, and I seen some amiibos, I seen some Switch 2s, I seen some games and stuff. So I think the stock is like coming back, and people will have a chance to go snag them a system and everything. I think Nintendo right now just want to get more systems out before they go that route. And since the Switch has been out for a long time, for almost 8 years, and those games have been out for a long time, it just makes sense that we're gonna think about competitive gaming. Let's use our old model, and let's use these games to get people from elementary, from the middle school, and from the high school kids to come together. And the thing about it is it's not like it's gonna be high school kids versus elementary kids. That would not be fair. But you never know. There's some elementary kids who might like develop skills and be able to handle themselves and handle. Trust me, you'd be surprised with young children on how they can handle themselves in the video games. Now, they may not be able to play Super Mario Bros. On the NES, which is another discussion to have one day. Oh, I just wish kids would play Mega Man. I just want to see the joy of the frustration that game is going to provide them, but help them understand that yes, this is gaming skill that you learn. Outside of that, it would be interesting to see where this goes in the future and if more games are going to be added on. Because some people might be like, the high school kids might be like, can we add Golden Eye, 64 to it, and just for us high school kids, and they may, we don't know yet. But Nintendo and the Scholastics, they probably want to keep it, lighthearted, fair, E for everything and stuff. But we know we'll see definitely in the future. With that, everybody, we're gonna move on to the next story because once again, the Pokemon scalpers are out of control. Oh boy. Pokemon seems to be the hot item for the past years, and it isn't slowing down. And trust me, everybody, it's not slowing down. Believe me. Sadly, it's not about the games lately, but the card battle series and adult scalpers are being greedy and out of control. McDonald's Japan had to pull the Happy Meal Pokemon cards because, to put it bluntly, Happy Meals were being brought only for the cards and the food was left on the counter. The promotion was supposed to go from August 9th to August 11th, but they pulled it just after 24 hours. Yes, McD's were met with higher than expected sales, but that came from their food being wasted. To make matters worse, at the 2025 Pokemon World Championship 2025 Pokemon World Championship, scalpers were in line to scoop up merch and resell it online at a much higher price. Although they had a one per person rule, they were still finding ways to have the exclusive merch in their hands and quickly online to sell. And I just don't know why they would do this. They really the Pokemon thing confuses me because it's adults selling Pokemon cards or merchandise really to other adults, so those adults could sell it to a higher price. Like, I don't think kids are trying to get Pokemon cards and merchandise so they can resell it and make a profit. I think they want to use it and have it and play a game. And it's really, it literally is sad and just getting out of control. I work for a particular drugstore, and I get asked almost every day, do we have new Pokemon cards and everything. And I barely get it from kids, but I get it from so many adults. And even if I were to sell them, them some new Pokemon cards or a pack and everything, they're going to be looking for particular ones so they can resell it and, I guess make some money, make a profit out of it. And it's kind of just ridiculous, for me. On Nintendo Life, everybody, if you go to their news section, you can see the Pokemon picture with all just these Happy Meals just laid on the counter, and it's ridiculous. For the Pokemon merch, someone out of context Pokemon at OOC Pokemon on Twitter or X, he said, if your main purpose of attending a Pokemon World event is to rob Pokemon fans the chance to buy the things they saved up for just so you can sculpt and resell them for 20 times more than the original price, then you deserve to be banned from attending official events. And he retweeted Jose Mauricio TCG selling 2025 World's Bear Walker and Shiny Gyarados statue, $1,000 on Bear Walker and $600 on Shiny Gyarados statue. Payment up front, Zelle, PPFF, Cash App preferably. PM me if interested. Thanks. And it is, the way that I'm looking at them, I guess, like it I guess, yeah, it looks but that's on him and everything. How he got two things, I don't know. I thought he was only supposed to get one. I don't know if they said that you could buy one of everything, or and stuff. Poké Duels TikTok on X said cops had to get involved because people were getting pushed to the floor. And he retweeted his own. If you're trying to get the Arcanine merch from Pokemon Center, good luck. And everybody, this was on August 13th, and August 12th. So this just this past week. Whimscast says on X, my usual save search to find World Championship cards is now filled with Scalper items from 2025 Worlds. And when I click on it, and it kind of shows a picture and everything, they got a Pokemon World Championship, some plushes for $154.99, some from $39.99, some from $99.99, $119.99, $135, $49.99, $46.99, and it's bunkers. Um, just the resale of this stuff. Like this kind of reminded me of the PlayStation 5, that people, all that stuff that went on, and they will be selling them at a higher price. And then soon, once the stock start catching up with the PS5, and like sales kind of like not slowed down, but the system became more available. The scalpers and everything who bought them all is stuck with so much inventory because nobody was buying them and everything. Some few more tweets on X. Azulite, at Azulite underscore poke said, probably the worst Pokemon center ever. Monster people trying to stampede and grab the Arcanine style merch. People next to me say, let's buy the denim jackets because it has the highest resale value. Are we serious? And he put a emoji face with the eyes closed with the mouth. Um, and Dom Silver Dragon at Silver Dragon says, the Pokemon Center gave me Black Friday flashbacks. And it just shows all the craziness that happened. And then if you go to Nintendo Life to check out the story, the Pokemon Company provided some images on what they would have there. So um yeah, I really feel bad about the Pokemon stuff because it's, to me, it's disgusting. I know it's a business thing. I know people are trying to use this resellability, or not resellability, the resales to make money off of it. I used to deal with this at Toys R Us, that people would buy certain Hot Wheels so they could resell them at a higher price. And we would have people come in every day. One particular guy, he would come in every day just to see what kind of Hot Wheels that we have, and he would ask if we got a box that's closed, if I could bring it out, or if someone could bring it out so he could search through it. And it's just it. Even with some of the Comic Con stuff that Toys R Us was able to be getting exclusive toys from them and everything, people would come in so that they could buy it and hopefully resell it at a higher price. And it does with video games too. Definitely with retro video games, definitely Nintendo first party games, that if there is a prime unused or sealed copy that they can sell, they'll sell that game at a higher price, because everything will be in it, like the CD, the disc, like, and if it wasn't used, they'll you know games that were like 50 or 40 or even $30, they would triple or quadruple or just do whatever with a high market price, just so people can have it in their collection and play it and make a profit for it. And I just kind of think that, you know I'm not going to say it's disgusting or anything, because people have the right to resell items that they brought. But I think, like, the Pokemon Company, and not so much Nintendo, but mostly the Pokemon Company, because they control their merchant stuff. I really think they should put on these cards not resellable on them. Even if people feel like it's going to cost the value down, I think they should not be resellable. Because the thing about it is that they won't be able to sell it online because it says not resellable, and they will have to take them down. If they try to go to a event or something and try to sell them, they may get busted and taken down because they're not supposed to sell them. They're only used for trading and stuff. So, um, I would definitely be interested to see what happens in the future with more Pokemon stuff. Definitely with Legends ZA coming out. And we get stuff for, maybe we get some cards or merch from that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens from that. But I just, it's just sad to see, definitely with the McDonald stuff, because adults are buying these Happy Meals for the, just for the cars, and just, and you can literally see that when has grown men as an adult, and people with a business mind who's been working at a place for a long year will kind of recognize their customer base. They should kind of recognize that, hold on, wait, you don't have no kids. You don't have no kids. You don't have no kids. You don't look like you have no kids. In fact, you have been in this place. I have seen you through the drive through. I have seen you order stuff and come pick it up and everything. I not not saying that I'm stalking you or anything, but you have left a trail on how you do things in our store or at a restaurant, because you are a returning customer in a sense. And so I know all you've been ordering is a number 6 or a number 5. There's never been once that you order a Happy Meal. In fact, we have had other toys that you have not brought a Happy Meal for. So why with this Pokemon you want to get 5 Happy Meals? Just out the blue. And you can't say budget because you've been buying some McDonald's stuff about 3-4 times. If people would love to do that, they've been leaving a trail. Trust me. I'm at my new store with my job, and I'm going to end up recognizing returning customers, and I'm going to pay attention to what they buy, because I'll be like, yeah, this person is this person is that. I know what they do. I know how they act and everything. Trust me, it's going to happen. But we're going to move on to our next story, and I'm kind of not concerned, but kind of hopeful for this one. Tekken 8 could come to Switch 2, but it would take a lot of work. In a new interview with Eurogamer, Tekken 8 director Kashira Harada had discussed about Tekken 8 had a discussion about Tekken 8 on Switch 2, and responded that it's an interesting business option and not off the table, but it would take a lot of work to get it to work on the hardware. He feels that it will make a good business decision that could help the franchise grow with a new audience, but the amount of work doesn't make it an easy decision. So pretty much they may have to build it from the ground up, or try to work with another porting team to help them get it on, because it is Unreal Engine 5 and the game wasn't designed to be on Switch 2, definitely with the hardware specs. And since this is a new console, they would have to learn the inside outs and stuff, and learn the engine, not the engine, but learn on how to develop for the Switch 2. But if they can make it happen, if we do, and this is not to confirming that Tekken 8 is going to happen, because it may never happen or anything, but I would love to see Tekken 8 on Switch 2, to have it on the go, so I could work on my scale and hear that banging soundtrack. Tekken 8 got a banging soundtrack. It's so good. So I hope this does happen. If it does take a lot of work, hopefully when it does come out, it may be $70, it may be $60 or $70. I say 70. I hope people go out and buy it. Now the question is, would it be a game key card, or would it be a physical, or just a digital version only? That part, if it ever happens, we don't know. I'm leaning more to a game key card, because I think of how much data this game is going to have in it, and it might not be enough to fit on a cartridge. Definitely if they got new DLC, or all the DLC and updates on it. Like if it's a game key card and people want to yell about it, then just buy it digitally and stuff. I definitely would be buying it as a game key card. Um, I won't have no problem with that because like I could see some new artwork on the Switch 2 box and stuff. And knowing Tekken and knowing um that like Smash and everything, we could probably see some extra stuff on there in that game that's only for Switch 2. Like I would definitely love to see what they have. So, not confirming, but just kind of hoping that it does happen. So we're gonna move on to our next story. Bandai makes a oopsie about the next Tales remaster. It seems that Bandai Namco Europe uploaded a video premiere titled Tales of Series News, which was supposed to go live August 18th. So everybody, actually while you're watching this, it may have went live or it's supposed to go live today, depending on the time. If true, Tales of Xillia will be the next game. With Tales of Symphonia and Tales of Graces F being remastered and released, Xillia, which has two games to its name, could be the next one in line. And so, we could just get the first Tales of Xillia. I know that I did get two like a few months after the game came out. I believe that's what happened, or it may a year. Tales of Symphonia did the same thing, but the thing with Tales of Symphonia is that it came out on the GameCube, and Tales of Symphonia 2 came out on the Wii. But there isn't a collection of those games just yet. I think if they decided to do Tales of Symphonia 2, then we would get it. Tales of Graces, um, the F is like the new updated version, for it, and so Tales of Graces is I think the original version that never came out also. So not much to report on. But Tales of Xillia, or Tales of Xillia does come out or does get announced. Yes, I have to get it on Switch too. I just have to. And if they decide to put both games on, it's a bang for my buck. Now, would it be on a cart? Don't know yet. If they decide to go to once again with a game key card, for me, I'll get the game key card. I have no problem with that. And it's a game that I really want to play and go through. I never got to play it all the way through on my PlayStation. So now that if it comes out, I will have a chance to play it. So, we got one more story. NSO Expansion is releasing the next GameCube title this week. On Tuesday, August 12th, Nintendo announced a little GameCube title called Chibi-Robo, and it's arriving on the GameCube NSO Expansion Pack on Switch 2. This 2006 action adventure game was the debut for the Chibi-Robo series, and although it's a cult favorite, it didn't become recognized until later games in the series. Now, more gamers will have a chance to play this game. So, which was funny. So, backstory about this, everybody. Me, Pat, Wolfie, and Matt and LaRon, we were recording Boss Rush podcast, and just out of the blue, it happened to be on Twitter that they announced this game, and I'm like, oh wow, Chibi-Robo is coming, and I was super excited that it is coming to GameCube. I never got to play it. I know that it wasn't a lot of sales for this game, but it does, like I said, it does have a cult following. So I'm super excited to be playing this for the first time on my Switch 2 on NSO. Like I'm truly want to see how it was, from 2006 and how I ended up missing this game. So super excited for that. So everybody, that's gonna be it for Family News. And yes, everybody, it is dropping this Thursday. So if you are an NSO expansion pack member, and you own the Switch 2, you would get that game for free. And hopefully everybody would get a chance to play it. There probably will be doing reviews about it so that people know how the game is on the Switch too. And everybody, all of these stories came from Nintendo Life. So you want to check more about it, you can go to nintendolife.com and check out their news section. With that, everybody, it's time for Pack Watch. Yes. On August 17th, we have Neon on light. Let me get this right. On August 17th, we have Neon on Lightning Edition. Get your neon cables out of knots and connect them to the right light source to create amazing neon masterpieces. In Neon On, the colors are the key to each puzzle. Every box needs to be connected to the socket of the same color, otherwise, it won't work. Some boxes even require combining a couple of hues to create a different color. On August 19th, Shantae invents Risky Revolution. Shantae is back in an adventure 20 years in the making. The nefarious pirate Risky Boots has a groundbreaking new plan that will leave Sequin Land spinning. By rotating the continent, she can move any town right to the coast for easy plundering. As Shantae turned the tectonic tables on Risky by taking control of the land itself. Shift, twist, navigate, and explore by swapping between mix and match multi-layered levels. Hair whip and belly dance your way through scrambled lands, misplaced tiles, monster-filled crypts, and daunting labyrinths. 6 creature transformations, fierce boss battles, and a 4-player versus mode awaits. So you guys can play this on Switch 2 and on Switch. Same with Neon on Lightning Edition. On August 20th, Discounty. Manage your own discount supermarket. Get caught up in small town drama, organize and plan your shop's layout, and strike lucrative trade deals as you expand your secretive aunt's business empire. Selling more frozen fries will surely heal this broken community, right? Step into the quirky harbor town of Blomcast, where your aunt has entrusted you with managing its only supermarket. Design and organize your shop, manage stock levels, work the checkout, and strike trade deals. Build relationships with the charming locals and grow your business empire with navigating community dynamics. Use every tool at your disposal to expand your business, but be mindful. Rapid growth might ruffle a few feathers in this tight-knit community. Will you pursue endless profits? Will you pursue endless profits or find a way to benefit everyone in Bloomcast? Discounty also has a demo that you guys can download at this time. So if you're willing to check it out, go ahead, give it a download. It's going to be available for Switch and Switch 2. The Nintendo Parental Control app update for Switch and Switch 2 is live, so you guys can check that out. So yes, there's a story about it on Nintendo Life, but yeah, if you guys are using that app, there's an update now for the Switch and Switch 2. I don't have any questions, but I do have final thoughts, and not such a long episode this week, everybody. But I do have a final thought, and I'm going to be doing an expansion pass on this one, probably a solo one, about it. So, and we will be doing expansion passes. We will have a guest and stuff for that. But a particular organization um upsets me because they kind of do the most, and you probably already know the story, so I'm not gonna call out their name until I get into my expansion pass, because I kind of want to get the history and talk about them, and just see why they keep doing the most and why the most that they do has to deal with Nintendo. I'm gonna leave it there. David posted something on Twitter about it, and I kind of sent a message saying to it, and just expressing my feelings about the thing, and I just I did say I'm so sick of them about it. So people could probably figure out who it is. But I really need them to stop. They're doing the most. This organization, I'm hearing some other things from about them, which is interesting. So I want to read and study more about it before I get into that expansion pass. And you guys will get to hear me rant and ramble about that in the future. But yeah, I was when I seen the news, I was just like, why? Like I haven't heard about them and them attacking Nintendo in a long time. So I'm kind of just like ready for them to go somewhere and stop doing this nonsense because they don't pick on any other video game company or anything. They're always picking on Nintendo and they do it at a late time and stuff. Like this news about this character and everything has been out for a long time, and now you want to say something about this character? Go go sit down somewhere and put on your dunce hat. Like I yes, I would get more into that. But everybody, that's gonna be it for Nintendo Pow Block. Like I said, not a long show today. So thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. If you join us live, follow or subscribe to the channel you're watching if you haven't done so already. If you're watching us on YouTube later, like the video and leave your comments with your thoughts on today's topic, or leave one of your own we can discuss in a future episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review. You can support Boss Rush on Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network at a tier that's right for you. You can even follow for free and gain access to our base shows on one feed. Everybody, once again, I won't be available for the next 2 weeks, but I'm going to try and do my best. Hopefully I can be here during the week of PAX. If not, please check our articles on bossrush.net for our PAX coverage. In fact, still check out Boss Rush even before and after PAX for more content, our banters, our listicles, our reviews. We have a lot of stuff coming down the pop line. We're probably going to be getting ready for the bossies, but there's just so many great games that are still coming out. This week that you guys are watching, I believe Gamescom is gonna be live. I think ONL, Jeff Keighley is hosting. We're gonna be trying to watch or I'm going to try to watch and report on it. Nintendo Direct, maybe? Question mark? Who knows? But with that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woo! Let me try it again. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.